sensitivity pain fast with Sensodyne Rapid Action for clinically proven relief in 60 seconds.
You must change direction. For 56 years you have followed one direction but with not very many results.
Kenya imerudi nyuma kwa sababu tu ya siasa.
Halftime imekwisha, wachezaji wameshanyoroshwa. Tena wamepata massaging, sasa wanarudi kwa kiwanja because nobody can stop reggae.
The former Prime Minister has told us about the reggae, which is fine, but I guess we will have a robust national conversation that will bring everybody on board.
How do we expect as a people to resolve this problem using elections instead of constitutional change? Our country is staring at a constitutional moment.
Blueband margarine. New look, same great taste.
Looking really good.
Je, maumivu ya kichwa na kukosesha amani? Kaluma Strong hutuliza maumivu ya kichwa, maumivu ya mwili na hata huondoa joto jingi mwilini. Kaluma Strong ina aspirin kama kiungo. Maumivu yakizidi, muone daktari.
The new Maisha Aluzinc Mabati from Maisha Mabati Limited. For the first time in Kenya, a roofing product that combines aesthetics with proven resilience. Its unique combination of aluminium and zinc gives it a 5 times longer lifespan than normal Mabati, thanks to the excellent state-of-the-art mill. It has 20 years lifespan, it's easy to install, it's flexible and durable. It stands up to severe weather conditions, has good abrasion and rust resistance, it's affordable and is approved by the Kenya Bureau of Standards and is available countrywide. It can be used for all applications. Always insist on Maisha Aluzinc Mabati, a product of Maisha Mabati Rolling Mills, Ruiru.
Mwaka 2012 nikajiunga na kikundi ambapo kinashikana na Equity. Mimi ndio chairman kwa kila kikundi. Nilipo save miezi 2 nikapewa loan ya 20,000. Nikakuja nikapewa 50. Nikakuja nikapewa 70. Nikakuja nikapewa 100. Nikaanzisha biashara ya kioski. Nikanunua pikipiki. So nimejiendelesha mpaka mahali nimefika na nilifaulu kununua protein. Nilipochukua hii loan mwaka jana mwezi wa 6, hatukuwa tunajua kwamba ugonjwa wa corona utaingia. Tuka-apply tuweze kupunguziwa ile pesa ambayo tunalipa wiki. Ngawa hatujamaliza, ningependa kusema ya kwamba Equity Bank imetusaidia tusiingie arrears. Uhusiano wangu na Equity kwa hakika imenisaidia, ndio imeniwezesha kufaulu katika hiyo miradi ambayo naona sasa.
Trade in the global financial markets with Kenya's leading online trading platform. Enjoy fast deposits and withdrawals as you trade in products such as currencies, indices, commodities and shares. Are you one of us? SMS FX Pesa to 40184 to get started. FX Pesa is a product of EGM Securities, which is licensed by the Capital Markets Authority. Trading in margined products carries high level of risk.
We are Nation, Africa's independent media brand. We are committed to empowering all Africans, from the young to the old, from the curious to the educated, and from the heart of the cities to the rural areas. We are Nation. Join us, because if you want to get far, you do it together. Nation. Empower Africa.
influenza. It is a contagious respiratory illness caused by influenza virus. Some of the symptoms include fever, headache, muscle or body aches, sore throat, and a runny nose. In some cases, it can lead to death. The influenza virus is easily transmitted in crowded places such as schools and nursing homes. All age groups can be affected. However, pregnant women, children 6 months to the age of 5 years, the elderly, individuals with chronic medical conditions, and health workers are at higher risk. The best way to prevent the flu is by getting a flu vaccine every year. Get your children vaccinated against influenza every year. Ask your healthcare professional for influenza vaccination in a clinic, hospital, or pharmacy.
New Blue Band mayonnaise. Made from natural ingredients with omega-3 and 6 to enjoy long-lasting freshness and natural taste unlike any other mayo. Grow healthy and happy kids with New Blue Band mayonnaise.
This is NTV.
County number 45, the county of Kisii, where we have been pitching tent for the past 3 days as we are coming to the culmination of what seems to be an extended weekend on this Mashujaa Day, which is the 20th of October. Thank you for joining us on NTV tonight. We definitely have a great bulletin ahead for you. My name is Dann Mwangi.
My name is Olive Burows, and this is the Mwanya Getinge edition.
Mwanya Getinge. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Tonight, unity now up in the air.
Nobody can stop reggae.
My friend, the former Prime Minister, has told us about the reggae, but I guess we will have a robust national conversation that will bring everybody on board.
It's about building battered bridges, and that's the president's internal strife.
And if we do not change it now, when we have this constitutional moment, this problem will plague our country for years on end.
Also tonight,
Lawrence Nyanuga Omambia,
first in line as the first of the Huduma number cards are released.
Nilipokuwa nikikaa pale wakaniambia kwamba wewe ni mmoja wale ambao 10 wamechaguliwa kwenda kupokea kadi kutoka kwa rais.
But there are still a number of concerns.
Plus, Kisii basking in glory as Kenya celebrates her greats on Mashujaa Day.
And also tonight, the COVID-19 skeptics amid a worrying surge in number of infections. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Flora Atieno. She's not here with us. We are at the Carmel Park Hotel in
Kisii County.
Thank you very much.
County number 45.
Number 45. And tonight, President Uhuru Kenyatta is calling on the entire nation to rally behind the quest for constitutional reforms, and that is through the Building Bridges initiative.
In yet another passionate appeal, the head of state outlined that what he says is a strong basis for a constitutional moment, while rubbishing claims that it aims to serve the political elite.
The call for a national dialogue has also been reiterated by Deputy President William Ruto, who has publicly declared opposition to the proposed reforms.
Our senior political affairs reporter Kennedy Muredi starts us off. For a record 12 times, President Uhuru Kenyatta reiterated the need for a consensus on the proposed constitutional reforms through the Building Bridges initiative in his Mashujaa Day address.
If we do not change it now, when we have this constitutional moment, this problem will plague our country for years on end. My invitation to our country, therefore, is for us to have an honest conversation with itself, as William has just said. And we must not shy away from taking bold decisions the way our founding fathers did.
Noting that divisive elections are often the genesis of conflict and violence in the country, the president once again delivered a passionate plea for a united front in fixing the wrongs in one of the handshake's 9 agenda items.
The question at hand, and one requiring a constitutional consensus, is therefore, how do we as a people, as a nation, resolve the winner-take-all situation within a context of competitive politics as required by democratic practice? And how do we ensure we fulfill our democratic credentials without tearing apart the diversity of our nation?
For 56 years, you have followed one direction, but with not very many results. So we need to look at what else is there which is missing. The projects Kenya can move forward as envisioned by the founding fathers of our nation.
That in every electoral cycle of 5 years, 2 years are wasted exclusively attending to electoral matters.
Sources tell NTV that the BBI steering committee is waiting to secure an appointment with the president and is still in Nyanza region alongside the president, ready to hand over the report if called upon to.
Halftime imekwisha, wachezaji wameshanyoroshwa, wameshapata mafunzo, tena wamepata massaging, sasa wanarudi kwa kiwanja, Your Excellency. Wewe mwenyewe ndio utasema hii njia tunataka kufuata sasa kwa toka hapa, because nobody can stop reggae.
My friend, the former Prime Minister, has told us about the reggae, which is fine, but I guess we will have a robust national conversation that will bring everybody on board.
President Uhuru Kenyatta is now tasked with the duty of bringing his deputy William Ruto and opposition leader Raila Odinga onto the same fold so as they can carry the aspirations that he has for the BBI team and to make sure that the elections moving forward are what he aspires them to be. Kennedy Muredi, NTV. And based on the events of the last few days surrounding the anticipated launch and rollout of the Building Bridges Initiative report, team coverage this Wednesday looks at the sticky issues as outlined in the famous handshake 9-point agenda by President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM party leader Raila Odinga. Here is a sneak preview.
We must change direction. For 56 years, you have followed one direction, but with not very many results.
Kenya imerudi nyuma kwa sababu tu ya siasa.
Halftime imekwisha, wachezaji wameshanyoroshwa, tena wamepata massaging, sasa wanarudi kwa kiwanja, because nobody can stop reggae.
The former Prime Minister has told us about the reggae, which is fine, but I guess we will have a robust national conversation that will bring everybody on board.
How do we expect as a people to resolve this problem using elections instead of constitutional change? Our country is staring at a constitutional moment.
The 57th Mashujaa Day celebrations at the Gusii Stadium in Kisii was a perfect cocktail of history, culture and modernity.
Now, speaker after speaker outlined the significance of the region in the country's history and aspirations, but not before a display of the sights and sounds of the Abagusi. Gina Kirori has more.
A special prayer to the heavens above, designed and delivered in the local Abugusi language. Kisii County also putting her best foot forward, quite literally, with a moving cultural delivery of traditional songs and dance. The event in Kisii was a perfect reminder of the contribution of the region to the collective advancement of the nation.
There are senior ranks. There are those that have been mentioned by the Prime Minister. You will also encounter senior chiefs. Angwenyi Geshana, Osongo Agwenyi, Oga Agwenyi, Zakaria Agwenyi.
It is also in Kisii where renowned freedom fighter Mekatili Wamenza, Kenya's Wonder Woman, was jailed for leading the 1912 to 1915 Giriama resistance to colonial rule. She later escaped prison and fled on foot for hundreds of kilometers to her native coastal region.
Such spirit of resilience and constant comebacks is what we have banked in our historical records as heroism.
Nyandika Mayoro was the great athlete here. Arerian Entia. You have to Nyandika Mayoro, Baratonjero Teach, and Kibet Boyd, and Paulo Biambu participated in the Olympics in Melbourne in 1956.
Only 3,500 people were allowed into the Gusii Stadium due to coronavirus containment protocols.
Nimefuatilia hii sherehe kwa sababu nilikuwa na raha kwa sababu hatujaiona sherehe ikifanyika hapa kwetu Kisii tangu nizaliwe.
The guard of honor adding to the colorful couture, an item that has now become standard, the mask. Kisii County is known for its rich agricultural economy and has contributed immensely to the region's prosperity. But growth should be supported by infrastructure, the governor says.
The Gusii Nation controls 60% of the money market in the Nyanza region. And those statistics are not mine, Your Excellency. They are from the central bank in Kisumu. We did indicate that our banking system finds it very difficult to go to Kisumu to collect resources.
The 57th Mashujaa Day celebrations paid homage to the men and women who have contributed to the property of the nation, starting with the founding generation of the colonial period. Gina Kirori, NTV.
Political messaging and early 2022 succession campaigns are seemingly a different ballgame as key contenders seek the support of a special group likely to sway the vote, and that group is the youth.
Deputy President William Ruto has fashioned his campaign around empowerment of young people, and it now seems other leaders, including the president, are taking cue, albeit with a different approach.
So just what is so important about the youthful population ahead of 2022? Zainab Ismail explores.
As political activities pick up steam, politicians are developing a seeming endearment to a certain group of the voting population, the youth.
We must also celebrate today our young people. They are our heroes, and yet we so often forget. And if history is not just a path to the past, but a trail into the future, then a spotlight must be shone on our young people this Mashujaa Day.
It all started with Deputy President William Ruto's support, empowerment activities and donations targeting the young people. Ruto fashioning his campaign around the everyday struggles of the youth and the need to find local solutions.
Kuna mamilioni ya vijana hawana kazi. Wanatuambia priority sio mamilioni ya vijana hawana kazi, ati priority ni kutafutia viongozi wawili watatu nafasi na nyadhifa ya madaraka na yale ya vyeo, ati hiyo ndio priority.
But this approach has been castigated, some even accusing the DP of economic sabotage.
Wanakwenda wananunua wheelbarrow, pikipiki, sijui tangi ya maji, then unaita vijana hapa na hapa, unapewa. You are in the government. Do the things in the government, let the government do those things.
The president on one side is calling a conference to talk about the COVID crisis in the country. His deputy is doing wheelbarrows somewhere else.
In response, President Uhuru Kenyatta launched a separate government-run youth program while in Manyani in Taita Taveta County last week. The president taking a mainstream approach through innovation and incubation of ideas.
The second lesson to our young people from the liberation heroes is this: be prepared to pay the price. And I'm using the word price to mean what you pay in exchange for something.
Kenyan youth identifies with a special brand of pop culture through unique language and dressing, and everyone seems to want a piece.
Kenya sio ya mabazu wanaokaa kwa kamati ufisadi wakisikiza tu za Japani. Tukiwa show ati graph yetu haina kibali, hakuna kazi, wanatudismiss kalale.
Zainab Ismail, NTV.
If you registered for your Huduma number and your details were well captured, then your number and card are ready for collection.
However, you will not receive it until Parliament passes the data protection laws under the Data Commissioner following the High Court's ruling.
President Uhuru Kenyatta and the First Lady, Margaret Kenyatta, were the first to receive their cards.
And after the ceremony, NTV's Seth Olale interacted with one of the 10 ordinary wananchi who are all men who received the maiden service cards aimed at hastening and easing service delivery.
Months after lining up to apply for this Huduma number, 40-year-old Reverend Lawrence Nanuga Omambia did not know how his 20th of October 2020 would turn out until.
Sikuwa natarajia tangu jana, niliambiwa tu tutakuja kuhudhuria mkutano wa Huduma Ambassadors. So kuja kwangu nilikuja kukaa tu kusikiliza hotuba na niende nyumbani. Lakini nilipokuwa nikikaa pale wakaniambia kwamba wewe ni mmoja wale ambao 10 wamechaguliwa kwenda kupokea kadi kutoka kwa rais.
Reverend Omambia says he'll now become Huduma number ambassador and he won't change his lifestyle despite being popular.
Kenya inasonga kwenda hatua nyingine, hatua ya kimataifa, na kuna vitu ambavyo vinastahili kupatia na vingine vibada kuja. Ndio kuna wengine walisema kwamba ni sita inayokuja, lakini kutoelewa pia ni kusoma Biblia. Kwa sababu tunaambia kwamba sita itaandikishwa kwa mikono yetu na kwa mawazo yetu na kwa uso wetu, si kupokea kadi. Hiyo ni mawazo ya wanadamu na mimi nayapuzilia mbali.
The father of 3 who lives in Suneka, Kisii South, was among the first 12 Kenyans, including the President and the First Lady, to receive their Huduma number card. Many were concerned that Margaret Kenyatta was the only woman to receive the card, meaning that of the common wananchi, there was no woman in a list of 10.
Nafikiri hakukuwa na ubaguzi. Maybe kwa mawazo yangu ni kwamba hata nilijiuliza swali hilo, lakini nikajua kwamba unajua kuna ule tunaita hii ni bahati ya kitaifa tu imekuja kwetu.
The Attorney General handed President Uhuru Kenyatta and First Lady Margaret Kenyatta the first 2 samples of Huduma number cards during the Mashujaa Day celebrations at Kisii Stadium.
Tuko tayari kuanza sasa kupatia Wakenya kadi zao za huduma na ndio waweze kupata hizo huduma zao aidha online kwa njia rahisi, na ile laini kubwa tulikuwa tunapanga kila wakati katika maofisi ya serikali iishe.
Government says that 37 million Kenyans registered for the first phase mass registration and a second round coming up, all amid opposition from politicians allied to Deputy President William Ruto. The cards are ready for issuance but await the appointment of the Data Commissioner. The President nominated Immaculate Kasait for the position, and now the ball is on the National Assembly's court.
Now on behalf of my colleagues in the Interministerial Committee to report
on this historic day that the process is now complete and we have actually developed the Huduma number. Your Excellency, today, you and the First Lady will be the first recipients of the Sambo Huduma card, which we hope to be rolled out as soon as the National Assembly completes the process of the appointment of the Data Commissioner as directed by the High Court.
According to the Ministry of Interior, those who successfully registered for Huduma number should get their cards by the end of the year. Seth Olale, NTV at the Gusii Stadium, Kisii County.
The number of COVID-19 patients in intensive care unit has nearly doubled in the last 3 days, signaling an alarming surge in new infections.
43 patients are now in ICU, according to the Emergency Response Committee, up from 28 on Sunday. 571 people have today tested positive for the virus from a sample size of 3,963 tested in the last 24 hours, a 14% infection rate.
And this brings to 45,647 the number of people who have tested positive in the country. Another 3 patients have succumbed to the disease, bringing the fatality count to 842. 438 individuals have been discharged upon recovery, raising the recoveries count to 32,522.
Uasin Gishu and Nairobi have today recorded a high of 116 new infections, while Mombasa has 74. Kiambu has 50, Laikipia 43, Kericho 41, and Kisumu 23.
And interesting that Kisii County is not among those today, because it's one of the counties that the Ministry of Health singled out as those that have brought concerns because of the high increase in infection rate. And so we're in Kisii and we spoke to some of the residents here as well as the governor, just to see why it is that so many people have lowered their guards, and for some it's just part of a ploy by the government to just fleece taxpayers. Listen to them.
One time they announced that there were 26 cases from Kisii. Then I was extremely alarmed. When I actually followed the matter, I found 20 of them were from the local prison. A count of concern also because it's a transit area. It could also be a county of concern because I've told you that some of those numbers were from a centralized place which could be managed. But it's also a place because of the vibrancy of the Kisii people and the huge population of this small town here. We have a very huge population. We have, Kisii County has a population of 1.3 million. But our land mass is about 1,333 square kilometers of land. And we have 1,200 people per square kilometer of land. So you have a very huge population here that even if it was not in the central, in the municipality here, even at the countryside, you have a huge population.
Mbona una mask? Mask nimevaa tangu corona ianze. Lakini sasa ni kama nimezoea mazingira.
Na uko na sanitizer?
Sanitizer sina. Kwa nini? Na sanitize kutoka nyumbani.
Lakini huku hatujika kuna corona. Ukiangalia tu kila mtu ana mask huku. Juu hatujui pesa wanakula huku juu, alafu tunaambia kuna corona. Hapo hivyo hatujua kama kuna mse mmoja kuna corona.
The last time ulivaa mask ni lini?
Nikiwa Nakuru, juu ya makarau, lakini si juu ya COVID-19.
Ni ilikuwa lini?
Like 2 months ago.
Mara ya mwisho ulivaa mask ni lini?
Mara ya mwisho? Mwezi iliyopita.
Hauogopi utapata corona?
Mimi sijaona corona. Sinaendelea kung'ang'ana na maisha. Najua hiyo ni kawaida ya kifo. Hata saizi utaweza kufa hata kwa barabara na gari. Kwa hivyo corona sio ndio itakuwa. Kama Mungu amepanga kifo yako ndio hiyo.
Mbona waambii wenzako wakusongea wakupatie social distance?
Sasa unajua uwezi waambia kwa sababu ukiwaambia wanasema maybe ni madharau na hao wenyewe wanasema hawajaiona hiyo corona.
Na sasa ikafanyika upate corona utasema aje?
Hiyo sasa tutasema bora. Hiyo ni accidental.
Unajua hiyo sasa corona hata ikikuja sisi ni maskini, hatuna hata pesa ya kufanyia biashara, hakuna hata pesa ya hiyo ya kununua hata hiyo mask. Tunasikia tu, hatuna hata era. Sasa mtatusaidia hata huyu president akikuja kesho, atatusaidia hata kama sisi ni maskini.
Ona na masa, hata juu kuvaa mask.
Watu wamezoea, ni vile tu wanaona ni kama hiyo kitu haiko serious, lakini iko serious.
As we head into our first break on NTV tonight, taken the breathtaking footage of Australia's Great Barrier Reef. While it is a stunning sight, half of the reef's corals have died over the past 25 years, and scientists warn that climate change is irreversibly destroying the underwater ecosystem. Changes in ocean temperatures stress healthy corals, causing them to expel algae in their tissues and draining them of their vibrant colors in a process known as bleaching. We'll be back after this.
Get fresh, gotta get fresh.
Down is a boom boom pow, down is boom boom pow. Smell fire na uchafuzi na zibit na improve downy. Protect nguo zangu na nukia niko safi. Lazima niwe fresh na down is boom boom pow. Boom boom pow, down is new boom boom pow. Smell zote na zi boom boom powerful freshness. Down is boom boom pow. Nani 15 bob too?
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick.
Brilliant Kipchoge from Mohamed Salah.
Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. Bad. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Wa Kenya, hii fight hatukuchagua, lakini tuko na choice. Tuchague kujilinda, tuchague kuprotect familia zetu, tuchague usafi, kuosha mikono, kuosha manyumba zetu, ndio tulinde watoto wetu, na tuvae mask. Future yetu iko mikononi mwetu. Kenya, let's do it for the ones we love.
The Dettol range is available on Jumia. Shop safely and conveniently today.
Mimi ni member wa Equity Bank since 2008. Tulianzisha kikundi, tukaregister kikundi, ina guarantee each other. So from there Equity imekuwa na imani kufuatana na kikundi. So the loan na services hizi nilinunulia gari mbili, nikaiweka kwa Uber. Covid ikaingia, nikaenda Equity, wakanipatia relief ya miezi 3. Ile pesa nilikuwa nilipe loan, nikaweza kuweka nayo biashara ya bakery. Hizo magari ndio nilianza kutumia. Hii profit ninapata kutoka kwa bakery ndio nimeanza kusimamia, kulipa hata loan kidogo kidogo. Niko na watoto wawili na wanasoma. Sasa hizi niko na wafanyakazi 12. Sales niko na watu 8. Kutokana na Equity, unaona watu pia wanategemea Equity through mimi.
Madam ulikuwa umesema ni emergency, umenitoa nyumbani nikupatie remote.
Unatuibia sisi?
Madam hapana.
Sisi tunakulisha? Tunakupatia
You are a murderer. Nitadeal na wewe one on one.
Are you looking to settle your family in an affordable, clean and serene environment? Get your value-added plot at only 1.295 million shillings. We also have flexible payment options of up to 12 months. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
Welcome back to NTV Tonight on this Mwangi edition in the county of Kisii, and once again we're at the Camel Park Hotel. As the country marks the 57th Mashujaa Day to celebrate its heroes and heroines, a special group of individuals is asking for recognition as well.
And that special group is soldiers in the colonial period's King's African Rifle, which fought for the British government during the World Wars. They say their contribution to the stability of the world and Kenya in the years of their youth are seemingly forgotten, as Leila Mohammed now tells us.
Every so often, an aged man pays a visit to the home of another aged man in Kabuchai village, Bungoma County. Gideon Mutoro and John Malaba met as recruits into the King's African Rifles that fought for the British government in the World Wars and have been close friends since. Mzee Malaba now needs help to move around, his friends and comrade recounting his energetic years in service.
Kulingana na hizo record, because yeye aliingia huko 1942 ndiye alianza hiyo kazi, na 1946 vita vya pili vilipoisha akarudi nyumbani, lakini nasikia tena baadaye akaitwa akarudi huko kwa miaka kadhaa, mwishowe akatoka huko mwaka wa 1957.
Malaba was among the thousands of Africans shipped off to Burma between 1942 and 1944 to recapture the country from Japanese forces.
Sisi hatukuwa na sita amri jeshi, bali wanataka toka tuje sindano utavita.
Among Burma's battlefields was the infamous Kabao Valley. Malaba describes the place he spent time fighting as a depression of thick teak forest and seething mud, continuously drenched with perpetual downpours of torrential rain. Over 500,000 African troops were deployed in the British Army for various overseas missions.
Waliita hao watu wale ambao walikuwa recruitment officers, waliitwa hapa na wanadisi wakati huo.
At 96, the only recognition Mzee Malaba knows are the few chances he gets to tell the King's African Rifle and Second World War tales to the younger generation, not much from government authorities, past and present, he tells us.
Sisi hatukumbukwi kitu kitoka mahali ofisi kubwa ya serikali, pata sisi napata kitoko na kuliwa na mtu ya viatu.
Sasa tunaomba president akusaidie kwa huyo mzee, makao yake, mazingira yake sio mzuri.
Sijui kama serikali inaendelea kuwakumbuka hawa watu ambao walikuwa kwa vita vya pili, ambao wengi Mungu amewachukua, lakini wako wachache ambayo bado wamepitia kwa shida mingi sana.
The King's African Rifles KAR was a British colonial regiment raised from Britain's various possessions in East Africa from 1902 until independence in the 1960s. Leila Mohammed, NTV.
If you take an aerial look at Kisii, you will see how green it is. This is very telling of what big a deal agriculture is here. And not to mention the signature matoke.
Ouko Kusa tells us of how farmers are making their living off the practice and how the county government is seeking to facilitate its growth.
Cyrus Nyakundi is a farmer here in Mosocho in the county of Kisii. For close to a decade, he has grown maize, beans, pawpaw, mangoes and oranges. But his specialty is bananas.
Kwa maana Kisii ni wakulima ambao wanapenda kupanda mandizi. Lakini ile mandizi yenye walikuwa wanapanda, unapata mkulima amepanda tepanana lakini ana harvest 5 kg. Whereby in Kisii we have a potential to produce a banana more than 65 kg.
Nyakundi is among hundreds of thousands of farmers here in the county of green culture who have gone big on banana farming. His business has grown beyond the borders of Kisii, supplying bananas to Narok, Kisumu, and Siaya counties.
Hii kilimo imenisaidia sababu wakati umepata banana iko chini, unapata maembe imepika. Maembe ikiwa chini, pinisi ndio tuna harvest na tunauza. Sasa hiyo biashara imesaidia, imejaribu kusaidiana yenyewe na kutusaidia kama sisi directors wenyewe to grow.
A single step is the genesis of an exodus of numbers upon numbers of miles. 1,000, the saying goes, from less than an acre to 11 acres of land planted with litoke, the indigenous name for bananas.
Nikapanda mandisi 2,800, nikaendelea hivyo, mpaka sasa nimefika na mandisi 7,000.
Between the month of May and September 2020, Nyakundi says he was able to sell bananas worth 13 million shillings despite the pandemic. But even as the farmers like Nyakundi appear to reap big from banana farming, a number of challenges threaten the success of the practice.
Iko access market ndio sita. Hapo ndio sita iko kubwa. Sababu sahizi tukienda Naivasha utapata hawana mandisi. Tukienda Mombasa utapata hawana mandisi. Even Kisumu ndio jirani karibu kabisa, wana consume a lot of bananas lakini hawana mandisi ya kutosha. Wewe hapa Kisii tunalia tuko na mandisi na hatuna soko.
Hata zile imekuwa mali yangu.
Imekuwa kwa nini?
Hata sijui kwa sababu mtu achukui. Ni kama mkulima sasa hana pesa. Mkulima ndiye amekosa pesa kabisa. Alafu pia sisi tukuje tunapata tu kidogo kidogo saa zingine hata kuchomeka.
But Governor James Ongwai says that his government has already set in motion stopgap measures to ensure that the farmers' sweat does not go in vain.
We got support from the European Union and we put in place a banana factory. It's finalized. We are in discussion with the European Union for support to support us on the machines for value addition for banana. We are also discussing with investors who could be interested to take over the management of that factory because governments are not known to be good in business.
A farmers' resource center at the Kisii Agricultural Training Center is under construction, and it will aim at improving knowledge among farmers. Besides bananas, the county government has also set its eyes on coffee and tea as it strives to make Kisii an agribusiness hub and food secure.
When you're looking at jobs, you are looking at the farmers who are doing avocado, the farmers who are doing, because it's a land of matoke, everybody is planting matoke. So that it means that every household will probably be supported one way or another.
Oukokusa, NTV.
As we take a break, hold tight for this spectacular and unprecedented underground high dive. I know, underground high dive, a bit of an oxymoron it seems, but listen. An Australian and a Romanian took a leap of faith and dived 120 meters below the Earth's surface from a platform 20 meters above the pool of a former salt mine. Another special aspect of this underground jump is the extremely salty water, which rapidly slows down the diver's body on impact. What a thrill. For some, it may just be a chill. We take a chill or a break. We'll be back with more.
With the Stay Soft refill, saving money is as easy as snip, pour, mix with water, and shake. Stay Soft refill. It's 2 liters of Stay Soft for up to 30% less.
Hello, Susan. Yes, you. Holding that pack. I know you've been avoiding me because in the past I've made you uncomfortable. Maybe even caused you pain. But I want you to know that I have changed. For you.
Hey, what is this?
You can love me again if you're willing to give me another chance. Meet me at aisle 4. Hey, Susan.
It's lactose free.
We know you love milk, and now there is milk that loves you. With Gold Crown lactose-free milk, you can enjoy the richness of natural cow's milk without any of the digestion discomfort. Gold Crown lactose-free, milk that loves you.
Really good.
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white clothes, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
Umewahi jichanganya ukanunua choko yako ikuwe alamu, alafu bwana yako akakuja jioni akakula hiyo alamu akaitengeneza kitoweo? Kuna karembo hapa kananiangalia kameshanga, kamecheka mpaka lipstick huko imeisha. Anacheka na mdomo ya juu ati.
Our shelves are fully stocked and prices greatly discounted for you to make that quick and easy return to school. With thousands of back-to-school items, price cuts on your Chuo favorites, and points to score on your Naivas card. Back to school that's safe on your pocket. Naivas saves you money.
Credit to you if you stay at home. If you must shop online, use your NCBA credit card. Stay home. Stay safe.
From far with you. I even gifted you a magnificent house. Rosa, it's the thought that counts. Please help me.
When it comes to fever, you need to be both. Panadol Baby and Infant starts to work on fever in 15 minutes and is gentle on the tummy. Panadol Baby and Infant, tough on fever, gentle on your child.
We're coming to you live from county number 45. We're at the Camel Park Hotel, and that is Camel with a K. This is the Mwangi edition, and aside from the green banana, Kisii is synonymous with soapstone, the soft rock said to be found exclusively within the county's borders.
But for all its comparisons to malleable soap, the business of soapstone is proving a hard rock to break.
It's hard labor, a labor of love. If not for art, for his wife and children who eat off his sweat. In the searing heat, Benson Munyao breaks his back, breaking rock 431 kilometers, 8 hours by road, away from his family in Machakos.
Sasa kwa sababu ya umbali na cost ya transport, saa inabidi niende after 3 months. Ama in case kwa bahati kazi iwe mzuri, ndio naenda hata before those 3 months.
But out of all the sweat, there comes out art such as this. This, by the way, is an elephant in progress. But the quarry owners and the artists who come up with products such as these argue that the buyer gets the best deal. The government, they say, having abandoned them for all these years. Will it change?
Hii itachukua kama wiki mbili.
Wiki mbili kutengeneza?
Yeah.
Mchana hadi usiku?
Mchana tu peke yake. Usiku usifanye.
So utaiuza kama pesa ngapi?
Hii sasa ni kama 18,000.
With all this coveted rock at his feet, then surely the quarry owner, David Onsase, commonly known as British, must be making a mint off the sweat of those like Munyao who seek out the soapstone that's the preserve of Kisii and famously Tabaka.
Sasa akicha kwangu akinilia tamchamani nitalala vipi? Nimefungiwa nyumba. Mimi naona tu kama ni huruma.
We ask Your Excellency that your government looks at this because we are wasting it as a resource at the moment. We only use it for figurines.
But what sorts of interventions would elevate soapstone from a cottage industry to a life-changing industry?
Mi ningependa kwanza insurance, yani NHIF. itanisaidia in case nikiumia.
Wapate kama mikopo inaweza kuendelesha. Unaweza kutengeneza hii, unajua hii kitu kama hii kitambo utengeneze umalize inachukua hata miezi 3. Ndio kitu hii itokee vile umeona imeanza kuwa shaped hivi.
British wants to be able to sell quarrying rights to the highest bidder, opposing a ban on the export of uncut soapstone.
Sasa kama siwezi kuruhusiwa na serikali nipatie barua ya kusafirisha vifaa yangu mahali kwa mteja, sasa nitakula vipi?
As a start, Small Art Community-Based Organization Director Stanley Ondari advocates for an end to the bureaucratic processes that hinder access to bigger markets.
Like now the KRA, there's a challenge from there. There's customs, there's Kenya Wildlife, and also there's mines and geology. All these departments, when they come together, they frustrate us because they want the taxes.
Infrastructure continues to be the road to development and a key building block in the same, as it enables easing of movement, improving security, water supply, and keep the fun in sports.
In the county of Kisii, billions of shillings have been invested in the pursuit of a trade and infrastructure development.
The spine with stretches and curves, dressed in tarmac and shouldered by different elements of different jungles, trees and buildings. The view of Kisii town, which has a mix of tarmac and maram roads, some of which are improvements from past years.
We've probably done between 1,000 to 1,500 kilometers of maram road. There is nowhere you can go which is not motorable. And what that means is that you're actually opening up the rural area for business.
There are new bypass roads which have been constructed, thereby easing movement within and through the county, and by extension, easing trade. And trade is a big deal in Kisii, and there being limited space, there has been great need to have organized markets and further add value to the facilities which have been set up.
We have also ensured that in all those markets there is electricity, either through Kenya Power or through solar. We put up very many solar lights, about 500 across the county.
Many of the businesses are in the informal sector, small scale, but are growing. One of the challenges that is witnessed in counties is high taxation, which the traders say is a huge burden.
What I have told them is to ensure that they attend our public participation meetings so that they are able to give their own views. Where they attend and give views, I normally talk with the county assembly so that we moderate the amount of taxation that we are giving out.
While it receives a lot of rainfall, the county still faces water supply challenges. However, the completion of the rehabilitation of the Kegati water project spells hope for the end of this, according to the county government.
Increased cases of the coronavirus have overburdened health systems in different parts of the world. Stadiums and even ice rinks are now being converted into health facilities.
The world has now recorded over 40 million infections or patients, more than 27 million recoveries and 1 million deaths.
As the coronavirus cases topple past 40 million, most health systems in the world are overwhelmed by the surge in coronavirus cases. In Spain, the government declared a state of emergency as some hospitals announced that they do not have the capacity to admit more patients. Some health facilities have even had to use beds usually reserved for burns patients for COVID-19 patients. Meanwhile, in India, the country is playing an increasingly active and central role in the development, manufacturing, and possible distribution of several possible COVID-19 vaccines. The country, which has been one of the worst hit by the coronavirus, has recorded over 7 million cases. Ireland, which has recorded over 500,000 cases, plans to close majority of its economy in a second COVID-19 lockdown. The country will be moving into the highest lockdown tier in the next 6 weeks. This will include non-essential shops closing, a 5-kilometer travel limit for exercise, and no gatherings except for tightly controlled weddings and funerals being permitted. Iran is also among the countries introducing tight restrictions for its citizens. This includes a mandatory city-wide mask rule, which was implemented, with those violating it being forced to pay a fine of $1.6. The country is facing the worst outbreak in the Middle East, with over 500,000 cases and more than 30,000 deaths.
COVID-19 pandemic has caused increased levels of stress among millions of people, but now an unusual form of therapy is easing medic stress in Spain.
The Happy Little Donkey offers free donkey therapy sessions to medics fighting COVID-19. Known as animal assisted therapy, medics walk with donkeys through an enchanted forest where they relax and recharge to continue fighting for those in need in hospitals. We'll be back with NTV Tonight after this break.
Come over. Wacha nikupikie kishaf Ramzi. Yes.
Rena vegetable oil stays liquid to the last drop, so it's smooth cooking from start to finish. Now with an easy-to-pour cap. Mapishi poa, madishi poa.
When I was in prison, I thought a lot about you.
This is not acceptable!
We know you love milk, and now there is milk that loves you. With Gold Crown lactose-free milk, you can enjoy the richness of natural cow's milk without any of the digestion discomfort. Gold Crown lactose-free, milk that loves you.
The new Maisha Aluzinc Mabati from Maisha Mabati Limited. For the first time in Kenya, a roofing product that combines aesthetics with proven resilience. Its unique combination of aluminium and zinc gives it a 5 times longer lifespan than normal Mabati, thanks to the excellent state-of-the-art mill. It has 20 years lifespan, it's easy to install, it's flexible and durable, it stands up to severe weather conditions, has good abrasion and rust resistance, it's affordable and is approved by the Kenya Bureau of Standards and is available countrywide. It can be used for all applications. Always insist on Maisha Aluzinc Mabati, a product of Maisha Mabati Rolling Mills, Ruiru. Introducing Centric Courts Apartments in Thindigwa, Kiambu. Located just 12 kilometers from the CBD. On sale is a group of 3-bedroom apartments that offer elegance, style and proximity to a host of services and amenities. Enjoy 24/7 security, ample parking space, hot solar water and kids play area. Cash offer at 10.5 million. Rent at 55,000 shillings or a block of 16 units for 160 million. The first 3 cash buyers will win a car or a furnished apartment. Call us on 0735 832 709 or 0791 874 281.
Mix of the Week in association with Airtel.
I don't charge my energy.
For the journey, for the journey. For the journey.
Bossy.
Using data bundles. Get 500 MB free daily, 3.5 GB free weekly, and 15 GB free monthly with every bundle purchase. Dial *544#. Not just for a few, but for every one of you. Airtel, the honest network.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa. Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi, guy, what the?
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Answers here. Yes. Wow, what a nice gift. I would definitely give this next time.
Cousins Baby Gift Pack, a carefully selected range of safe baby products with natural goodness, trusted for decades by millions of moms across Africa. Cousins Baby, the gift that keeps on giving.
Thank you for staying with us on NTV tonight. This is the Mwangi edition, and we're coming to you live from the Camel Park Hotel in Kisii County, county number 45. But away from Kisii's borders and away from Kenya's borders, Nigerian protesters paralyzed Africa's biggest city, Lagos, blocking the airport as widespread demonstrations sparked by police brutality spirals.
The wave of demonstrations began 10 days ago when crowds took to the streets over abuses by the police-loathed Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS.
The outpouring of anger forced the government to scrap the unit a week ago and promised reforms, but protests have continued to swell as the young demonstrators demand more sweeping changes.
Reports of violence have begun to rise following a lull in bloodshed as officials promised to rein in the security forces after an initial harsh response from police.
Amnesty International said 5 people had died since Friday, taking the overall number of fatalities to 15 since the demonstration started. Time for a quick break, but first, archaeologists have discovered a massive drawing of a cat etched into a hillside in Peru that dates back at least 2,000 years. The figure has pointy ears, a long tail, and appears to be lounging. The drawings are one of many carvings of animals and plants found near Nazca, an established UNESCO heritage site. But the cat is thought to be the oldest of Nazca's carvings, which include a spider, monkey, and orca. I'll need to Google that one, and which one served as travel markers.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa. Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi guy, what
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Fresh Fry Premium Cooking Oil now has a new look and an advanced spout and seal. Triple refined, zero cholesterol and natural vitamin E. Fresh Fry, always heart-friendly. Now it's even more cooking-friendly. Fresh Fry, the premium cooking oil for healthy living.
Introducing Centric Courts Apartments. Cash offer at 10.5 million. Rent at 55,000 shillings, or a block of 16 units for 160 million. The first 3 cash buyers will win a car or a furnished apartment.
Assistia Mitana Absa, the official banking partner of the EPL in Africa. Stand a chance to win 1 million Kenya shillings every month when you deposit into your Absa personal or business account. That's Absa. That's Africanacity.
Maisha Mabati Tips. Made out of aluminium and zinc to last longer than any other mabati. Affordable and value for money. Most preferred and favorite mabati. Used in both housing and projects. KEBS certified.
The new Maisha Aluzinc Mabati from Maisha Mabati Limited. For the first time in Kenya, a roofing product that combines aesthetics with proven resilience. Its unique combination of aluminium and zinc gives it a 5 times longer lifespan than normal mabati.
Madam ulikuwa umesema ni emergency, umenitoa nyumbani nikupatie remote. Unatuibia sisi? Madam hapana. Sisi tunakulisha? Tunakupatia.
So you are a murderer. Nitadeal na wewe one on one.
Are you
you looking to settle your family in an affordable, clean and serene environment? Get your value-added plot at only 1.295 million shillings. We also have flexible payment options of up to 12 months. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
NTV Sport in association with Showmax.
That's on NTV tonight. Time for the sports news. The Harambee Stars has a new coach. The Football Kenya Federation will unveil a new coach barely 24 hours after it announced that Francis Kimanzi had left his job by mutual consent. Kimanzi's assistant Zedekiah Otieno and goalkeeper trainer Lawrence Webo also left the national team's back room. Our reporter Lokeder Nachiom with the latest on the Harambee Stars.
As the rest of the country was enjoying Mashujaa Day, Harambee Stars technical bench, led by now former head coach Francis Kimanzi, were busy packing their bags and making their exit from the team. Kimanzi, his assistant Zedekiah Otieno and goalkeeper trainer Lawrence Webo have left the national men's football team according to an official communication from Football Kenya Federation. It was 44-year-old Kimanzi's third stint as head coach. He served as coach between November 2008 and January 2009 and later from November 2011 to June 2012. His last assignment was on the 9th of October where Kenya beat Zambia 2-1 in a friendly match at the Nyayo Stadium.
Nafikiria wengi hadi sasa more important ni wamejipa confidence, wamejipa platform ya the next game against Comoros. At least tunaweza jenga kitu, tutatumia huo msingi kuangalia mechi ijao.
Kimanzi, who has continuously spoken out against foreign coaches in Africa, was looking forward to take the team through the AFCON qualifiers and the CAF championships.
Mimi naangalia kambi ya mwezi ujao itakuwa ni kambi ambayo itakuwa na msisimko mkubwa wa wachezaji kutaka kuchukua. Ukiangalia kama goalkeeper Ian, the next camp watapambana na Arnold. Kwa hivyo kwambia the next camp, I'm also eager to see the way they will fight for a position to represent the country well.
He has also coached Mathare United, Sofapaka and Tusker FC in the Kenya Premier League. Lokeder Natiom, NTV.
Shabana FC beat Kenyan Premier League side AFC Leopards 1-0 at the Gusii Stadium to win the 2020 Mashujaa Cup. And as Yoshua Mako reports, Ingwe and Shabana are currently preparing for the 2020-21 football season.
Fred Moses scored the only goal in the 34th minute.
Mechi imekuwa sawa. Juu hata coach wa FC naye alikuwa anajaribu kuangalia vijana wake juu next wanacheza KPL na mimi nacheza NSL. Kwa hivyo nimekaa na timu, kwa hiyo wiki moja nimekaa na wao. Nilikuwa najaribu kuangalia leo nione juu level nacheza na FC ni tofauti. Mimi niko NSL na wale wako KPL. Kwa hivyo sasa kushinda FC ni morale kwa vijana. Sasa na hiyo inakuwa motivation pia kwa ofisi. Ningeomba ofisi penye wako sahi waamuke. Juu leo hakuna mchezaji nimetumia kutoka nje. Wote ni malocals wenye nimetumia.
Na kwa kweli imekuwa ni mechi nzito. Shabana nao pia wameonyesha mchezo mzuri kabisa, timu nzuri kabisa. Wakapata lile goli lao na imekuwa ni vigumu sana kwetu kuliregesha lile goli, lakini nafikiri muhimu kabisa ni kwamba tumeona vitu mbili tatu ambazo tunafaa kufanyia kazi zaidi. Kwa hivyo tuna bahati kubwa sana kwamba tutakuwa tunaelekea kule Iten, tuna kama siku 10 kule ya kuweza kufanya mazoezi, turekebishe mambo ambayo tumeona na pia tuongeze zaidi.
Yoshua Makori, NTV Sport, Gusii Stadium, Kisii County.
Further afield, Harry Maguire did not travel with the Manchester United squad for today's UEFA Champions League Group H opener away to PSG as manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That one is just too much of a tongue twister. Confirmed Bruno Fernandes will captain the visitors in the French capital. United are returning to the Champions League this season after missing out on the last campaign. PSG will have to do without midfield duo Marco Verratti and Leonardo Paredes, but Captain Mourinho could return. In other news, ahead of tonight's fixtures, Diego Costa will miss Atletico Madrid's opener against Bayern Munich due to a thigh injury. Wolves climbed to 6th place in the English Premier League on Monday as Raul Jimenez sealed a 1-0 win at Leeds on a night West Bromwich Albion and Burnley played out the first goalless draw in the English top flight this season. Nuno Espirito Santos Wolves clinched their third league win. Dan, I know people have had a good laugh listening to have butchered some of those football names, but what is this 1.899? Is it 1.899 seconds?
No.
Or what is it?
The Hamadan World Cup win by 1.899 s for seconds, I believe. But anyway, it's fun to play.
Good to know I'm not alone.
Thank you for joining us on this last day of our Mwangi edition in the county of Kisii, county number 45, home to 1.26 million people, and it has been an absolute pleasure. It's been really cold. It's been really chilly. Chilly. It really is.
But with a blessing, it's come with a blessing of rain.
Yes, it has.
So that's always a good thing, because the food basket that is Nyanza in Western Kenya and Central feed us, and it's on account of the rain.
Exactly, and we're really glad
you could
join us.
And the Rift Valley.
Sorry?
Not forgetting the Rift Valley.
Yes, the Rift Valley. And we're really grateful for to Camel Park Hotel, which has been gracious enough to host us for the first night and the last night of this edition. We're thankful to Flora Cheno for the sign language interpretation and the whole team that's been here. Let's meet in the next county, but know there'll be some political action in this county tomorrow, so we'll be sure to keep you updated. My name is Dann Mwangi. Have yourselves a great night and rest of the week. Remember, it's not a Sunday. We still have a short week to go. Good night.
This is NTV.
I help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Parenting is all about learning when to be tough and when to be gentle. Tough, gentle. But when it comes to fever, you need to be both. Panadol Baby and Infant starts to work on fever in 15 minutes and is gentle on the tummy. Tough call. Panadol Baby and Infant. Tough on fever, gentle on your child.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa. Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu Ashiki. Hi, guy. What?
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Wanaume ni bidii na kusema leo niko ndani. Kuangusha mistari na kudamini ufahari. Trust, study, ripped them a classic. Form nigane, trust, study, ripped them a classic. Leo niko ndani. Understanding man, trust, read man, trust, are you the classic man? Are you every man?
Trust condoms. Who are true? It's great here in Paradise.